pong ahensya at dinivide po ito sa siyam na subtask groups at ito po ay anim po dito yung dati at 3 ang bago. Ito po ay tungkol sa food resiliency, energy, food value chain and logistics, water, agribusiness, food procurement and distribution, economic intelligence, ito po ang bago, strategic communications, at ang pinakabago, pinakabunso ay ang aquaculture and fisheries. Tama-tama po, dahil isa po dito sa mga, alam ko, sa food value chain and logistics, no? Or
agribusiness.
Agribusiness pala ay siya po ang isa sa nagtitimon. Si Undersecretary Cheryl Marie Natividad Caballero. Siya po ang aming Undersecretary for Agri-Industrialization at Fisheries. Good afternoon, Ma'am Ching.
Magandang hapon, Asek Noel at sa ating mga tagapanood at regular na subscriber ng ating virtual presser. Ikinagagala ko muling makaulayaw ang inyong mga kasamahan. Sa aspetong ito. Thank you.
Thank you po sa inyong panahon ngayon. So, meanwhile po, ang ating pong pag-uusapan ngayon ay dahil po tungkol naman ito sa sources ng protein, no, Ma'am Cheng. At isa rito, ang pinakamahalaga ay ang proteina galing sa isda. Ang sabi po daw nila, yung 2/3 daw ng protein sources galing sa fish, all the rest meat. So, kindly give us an overview of how large is the fishing sector here in the country, yung contribution nito sa ating ekonomiya.
Well, napakalaking bagay po ng role ng ating pangisdaan, lalo na in terms of the resources. We have 3 times larger production areas compared to agriculture. We are archipelagic country, so we have that advantage in terms of our sources. And if you're to look at the total fish outlook for 2021, makikita natin sa first quarter and second quarter ay meron pa tayong meron tayong enough supply, no, ng household consumption vis-a-vis that of the available stocks. So, pinagsama po natin dito ang availability ng ating local supply at nung mga expected natin na manggaling din ng imports. Okay. So, kabuuan, tayo po ay continuing na nag-i-increase ng production at ayon nga sa ating mga kasamahan sa aquaculture, they have even reduced, no, their production to to less than 30%. So that means we have ample room to grow and expand our production base.
Okay. So nakita natin doon sa datos, okay yung first semester natin, and yet yung third and fourth quarter and second semester, may konting pagkukulang. So how are we going to augment that?
Yeah, it's a combination of several things, no. Number one, to create an industry for every commodity, we wanted the creation of the subtask group on aquaculture was recently created under the IATF, and this is headed by the secretary, by our Secretary William Dar, sa pamumuno niya, no, ng task group on food security. Okay. Ito po ay tumutugon sa pagpapalago ng aquaculture or fish farming in cooperation with the different agencies of the government. Department of Agrarian Reform, DENR, DILG, Department of Energy, of course, the National Security Council, and the National Irrigation Administration.
So, kumusta po ang contribution ng aquaculture on the larger picture of our fisheries sector po?
Yeah, based on records, aquaculture contributes to 54% of our source ng fish supply. That is followed by our capture fisheries from small fisher folk, that is around 23 to 24%, and the commercial fisheries is around 22%.
Okay. Kumusta mo naman po yung ating interventions para sa aquaculture, lalo na tilapia, bangus yan? Pwede natin i-control yan, di ba?
Oo. Yes, napakagandang tanong yan, Asek Noel. In fact, nung Sabado, para lang kaalaman ng lahat, yung ating mga ASF-affected piggeries dito sa Quezon City, ay ating tinugunan at binigyan ng mga fingerlings para sa hito at para sa tilapia. So we were able to do that in coordination with the local government unit sa pamumuno ni Mayor Joy Belmonte at ng mga barangay kapitan doon sa lugar. And truly that is one way of increasing the source of fish supply by looking at local production system. So these are non-traditional production areas, by the way. Secondly, may kautusan po tayo na ipatupad ang pagpapadala ng isda sa iba't ibang lugar dito sa Metro Manila, una sa lahat. At tayo ay nakikipag-ugnayan sa mga kooperatiba at sa mga palengke na pampubliko para maidala dito ang ating mga supply ng isda as far as Mindanao, Region 9, of course Region 1, and the surrounding regions in Metro Manila. So it's a conscious effort to streamline the bringing in of fish supply from producers to the end consumers.
Okay. So maganda naman po ang presyuhan ngayon ng ng tilapia at bangus at pati po yan at ating nasa range ngayon ng ating 120 to 160 yan po bangus 130 to 160 120 ang pinakamataas, depende sa size. 160 tilapia naman 100 to 150, average of 120 ang galunggong 200 to 240, pero mataas pa yan, di ba? Bababa pa yan, di ba? Ang imported 150 to 240.
Yeah, ang imported ay isang mekanismo para mapababa yung presyo ng mabilisan dahil sa volume at inaasahan natin na yung ating mga accredited importers will follow the price as provided under the price ceiling.
Okay.
And sa local supply naman natin, we expect that the tilapia would be a regular source ng ating protina, considering na ito po ang isang napaka-resilient na isda kahit saang lugar.
Yeah.
So, pagpapalago po natin ng source and at the same time ng livelihood din sa iba't ibang lugar para mapopularize natin ang ating pangisdaan.
At mga kaibigan, maganda po dahil every year meron po tayong closed fishing season sa tatlong major fishing grounds sa bansa, sa Palawan, Visayan Sea, sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Ito po ay para mag-regenerate yung ating lalo na sa sardinas, galunggong, at napakaganda po. Lifted na to po yung Visayan, pinakahuli na yan, di ba?
Yes.
And then all the rest, okay na naman.
Tama, Asek Noel, magkakaroon tayo ng event sa March 1 at ito ulit will signify the open season.
Wow.
And we work with our responsible fishermen, particularly in the commercial fishing, to really comply with our regulations. And it's nice that ito ay ongoing concern na pinag-uusapan at pinag-iigting para tayo ay tuloy-tuloy na makasiguro ng ating supply ng isda through conservation and sustainability measures.
Maganda nga may mga testimonials yan, so I heard, before coming over to the DA again, and napasama po ako sa mga NGO noong nakaraan. At may kwento nga sa Zamboanga daw po, yung sardinas, dati maliliit maliliit ang ginawa nilang lata. Ngayon lumaki, kaya lalakihan naman uli ang lata. So ang gandang kwento,
Yeah.
So, yan po ang nakikita nila sa Zamboanga.
Yeah, ang isang magandang lugar pa na pwede nating pagtuunan ng pansin ay ang pagpo-promote po ng ating sustainable mariculture program.
Wow.
At ito po, of course, may mga lugar na po tayo na madami, no, na nag-engage sa mariculture. At isa sa mga lugar na yan ay ang case study ng Panabo City.
Yan, seaweeds at fish cages.
So, sila po ay nagba-value adding na rin, ano, pati yung mga bangus na maliliit na minsan ay sobra-sobra para magbawas sila ng stocking density ay ginagawa ding sardinas. Okay. So, napakadaming options at ang kagandahan sa pangisdaan, proverbial po yan, ano, sabi nga nila, give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day.
Yes.
Teach a man to fish and you'll feed him forever. And that is the kind of attitude that we at the fisheries sector now are promoting to help our fisher folk in this sustainable manner. At yung nakita po natin kanina sa seaweeds, isang pamamaraan din po ito para mapataas ang kita nila, noting that using the technology from 7,000 they can increase their monthly income to 24,000.
Wow,
and these were recorded, Asek Noel, sa ating mga fish coral project sites, mostly in the Visayan Seas, no, and other areas that practices this management system.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin, how do we then say sustain investments? How do we attract investments into aquaculture or mariculture? Okay lang po ba? Madali kung may...
Yeah, it works two-pronged.
Okay.
First level would be to capacitate our smallholders kasi alam naman natin we have 1.8 million fisher folk, and we have around 928 coastal municipalities and cities.
Okay.
So, in the context of fishery management area, ito po ay mekanismo, no, using science-based management system to do clustering and aggregation and management of the resources. So, ang
katulong po natin dyan yung mga LGUs. Dapat merong ordinance na pwede doon maglagay, kung mga coves and bays, hindi po ba?
Tama yun, Asek Noel. Merong equal representation ang ating local government units. Kasama na rin ng iba't ibang sektor, no? Kababaihan, IP, and even the science community are part of the management board. So, we look at it in terms of managing our resources on a local setting, but the proper representation and participatory decision-making is best managed at the FMA.
Okay.
So,
yung kanina pinakita sa ating video, yung mga marine cages, ang gaganda nun, no? So, again, the LGU has to step in to regulate, mag-identify ng sites kung saan ang mariculture zones, so we call it, mariculture parks.
Yes. In the past, we have mariculture highways. No?
Okay.
So, it really maps out yung flow ng
so,
mga isda.
So, open pa rin yan. Marami parang areas na pwedeng
it is.
tayaan, mag-invest ang private sector.
It is open, and with, actually, Asek Noel, no, sa pag-create ng ating Secretary William Dar ng Subtask Group on Aquaculture, isa itong pagpapatibay na papalugiin natin ang sektor sa pamamagitan ng partnerships, no, and collaborations. And the mariculture parks that you see are just one of those areas that can be replicated and scaled up. And it's so exciting because even the private sector, those in the logistics and cold chain, are starting to open up and link with us. And there are several private sectors that are also interested in going into this. So we just keep on professing the good side of agriculture and fisheries in general, and that will actually create a equitable partnership to everyone.
Siguro Yusek Ching, mamaya sabihin natin kung sinong tatawagan nila, kung may nakikinig dyan na gusto mag-invest sa aquaculture o mariculture, ibigay natin mamaya ang telepono po. So again, balikan po natin mamaya si Yusek Ching, and siguro bigyan daan natin ang ating mga katanungan ng mga kaibigan sa media. Ito po ang nagpadala uli ng mga kanilang katanungan. Si John Enriquez ng DCAS, Cory Martinez ng People's Journal Tonight, Neil Miranda ng DCME, Loli Acosta ng DWIC, EJ Gomez ng Manila Times, Ray Pelayo ng UNTV, Carl Ocampo ng Philippine Daily Inquirer, Revin Ochabe ng Business World, Jasper Arcalas ng Business Mirror, Annabel Surara ng DCEC Radyo Aguila. Tanong ni John Enriquez sa Yusek Ching, how long will yung galunggong sa Palawan ay makakasustain, masupply sa Metro Manila?
Well, in terms of the supply availability, meron tayong pag-aaral na ginagawa para magkaroon ng National Stock Assessment. And that will give us the baseline on how large the volume is and how sustainable it would be. So, ito po ay base sa siyensya at aming pong iuugnay ito sa inyo once that the information is available. Because we want to look at the objectivity in terms of managing our coastal resources.
Sige.
And that national stock assessment will be made available as to the different species na ating gustong malaman.
Yun doon sa galunggong sa Palawan. Anong actions kanina na banggit nyo na? Additional actions to take to produce more fish? Aquaculture and from marine
aquaculture and of course looking at the different production areas. So meron na ring pag-uusap ang kagawaran ng agrikultura with the Department of Energy, no, to look at these dams and reservoirs as potential production areas. Pangalawa, nakikipag-ugnayan na rin tayo sa Department of Agrarian Reform dahil alam natin na may mga public lands that is under their oversight, which can also be used as production areas. So what is important is that tignan po natin itong mga production areas na to. And not to mention our fish pond leasehold agreements na hindi na operational. So it's just a matter of itemizing which are their production areas. And we will come up with a platform wherein different investors, depending po doon sa kanilang investment appetite, will be willing to go into.
Kakibat po, no? Si EJ Gomez, pag-iisahin ko na tungkol sa fisheries, no? Manila Times, EJ Gomez, current fish supply stocks. Kanina pinakita natin yung table. Might as well show it again. Tapos updates on increasing aquaculture, nabanggit nyo na po. Initiatives to boost overall fish output. So again, Yusek Ching, probably we can...
Yeah. Asek Noel, hindi ko pa nabanggit yung isang malaking programa ng Department of Agriculture, yung ating Agro-Industrial Business Corridor. At isa po sa pillars ito ng ating ng administrasyon ay maigamit ang ating mga lugar na hindi pa na-develop sa konteksto ng agri-industrialization. And we are tapping the freshwater aquaculture along Laguna Lake. At mag-uumpisa po tayo doon ng 80 cages, floating cages.
Ito yun, no?
Yes, we will
In
have
Taguig.
80 floating cages in Taguig, agro-waste processing and treatment facility, fishalan, fish port with cold storage facility, and fish market. So, this is already going to be implemented this year.
How much are we pouring into this investment?
Good question. We are pouring in 250 million.
May counterpart ba ang Taguig dyan?
Yes. They are going to put up some of the access roads leading to the facility. They are also putting up the component on fish market. And yung capacity building, no?
Welcome din, Yusek, ang private sector to put in their money, or locators, or something.
Yeah, because the floating cages is meant to address the needs of the 1,000 fisher folk.
Exciting po yan. So maganda yan, magiging pasyalan yan.
Yeah.
Fisyalan pala.
Yes.
We were there, di ba?
Yes. Oo. Isa itong pagpapaumpisa sa development din ng Laguna Lake Development Authority at tayo nagpapasalamat sa pamumuno, no, ng ating General Manager Medina sa area na ito because they are providing 2 hectares for the fish port. And other facilities for
processing. And the LGU of Taguig also, di ba?
Definitely. LGU of Taguig has actually championed the project with the leadership of Kong Lani Cayetano and Congressman Alan Peter Cayetano. And the local government unit has been very busy mobilizing, yung women and fisher folk nila para maging parte nung pag-uumpisa ng ating agro-industrial corridor in Taguig.
Okay. Thank you po. Yung fish outlook po for 2021, siguro let's go over again.
Yeah.
First semester is about okay. First quarter, 3 days equivalent ng excess, 11 days sa second quarter. Pero pagpasok ng third and fourth quarter, pwede bawiin ito, no? -3, -2, ha?
Oo. Magandang tanong yan, Asek Noel, kasi hindi pa natin na-factor in, no, yung initiative na ginagawa ngayon ng fisheries.
Okay.
So, atin pong paiigtingin yung ating mga hatcheries na pag-aari po, no, ng ating NIFTDCs or yung National Integrated Fisheries Technology Centers. Meron po, kasama po nung under NFRDI, may 12 po tayong NIFTDCs na ating palalawigin sa pamamagitan ng hatcheries. And that will be connected to nurseries, which the private sector and the local government unit can partner with as we support the grow out in various parts of the country for aquaculture.
Thank you, Yusek Ching. Tumungo naman tayo sa ibang issue, no? Balik tayo sa issue ng baboy. Cory Martinez ng People's Journal, statement regarding pork holiday uli sa Metro Manila. Kasi po may yung pork daw po hindi pa nakakarating sa kanila. Again, yung pong pork holiday, sa ibang areas po, tuloy-tuloy po ang pagde-deliver ng baboy. Kung hindi pa po nakakarating sa inyo, sa amin po aming pong babanggitin yan sa National Meat Inspection Service. Ito po, as of yesterday, ito po ang deliveries natin sa Metro, na 3,000 heads po yan, no, ha? At yung pakaramihan, Tarlac, Bulacan, Batangas, no? At konti lang po sa South Cotabato and dahil po may bagyo, pero karamihan po Region 4A po. Tuloy-tuloy naman po yan. Okay, next. Kay Neil Miranda, DCME, kung aalisin daw po ang price ceiling, ano naman gagawin hakbang para ma-resolve ang problema sa pork issue. Yung po ay suggestion lamang ng ating sa senador ng tinanong si Secretary William Dar, at pinag-aaralan po yan, no? At binigay po ni Secretary Dar ang instruction sa ating National Livestock Program group, sa agribusiness and marketing, sa regional operations, para tignan po, magkaroon ng data and analysis on kung pwede pa itaas, kasi humihirit po ang national hog farmers na itaas daw po ng 330 to 350 instead of 270 to 300. Yeah. So pag-aaralan po yan, di ba?
Ang pananaw po natin dyan, tinitignan natin siya sa konteksto ng negosyo at sa interes ng publiko.
Yes,
alam naman po natin, ang pagbababoy ay isang negosyo na nagre-require ng capitalization.
Okay.
So ang kagawaran ng agrikultura ay binabalanse po ito para siguraduhin, no, na sustainable ang ating hog sector. So may kagyat na tulong at interventions ang ating pamahalaan, at sa paniniwala po natin ang ating Secretary William Dar, no, ang malaking bagay na pagdadala ng ating mga baboy galing sa iba't ibang probinsya at kinonekta na ito sa mga slaughterhouses. Yes, para ito ay makadiretso sa consumers. It's something that has been done to streamline, no, the multi-level trading practices. Okay. And that is one thing that we should be recognizing as well.
Mismo ang DA po, regional offices, binigyan ng instruction ng Secretary para mamili na ron from yung excess, yung surplus production ng hogs at darin dito sa Metro Manila. Mararamdaman natin yan next week, hopefully na makabili na sila.
Pero syempre, Asek Noel, no, sasabihin ko rin na hindi lang yan ang source ng ating protina. Kasi kung titignan natin ang ating pang-araw-araw na pagkain, hindi naman tayo araw-araw na kumakain ng baboy. So, it really pays to look at the nutrition requirement of every household and see how the balanced way of, portioning yung intake natin sa iba't ibang sources ng protina ay mahalagang mapag-usapan siguro sa mga susunod na usapin para maging paraan pa na rin ito na iparating natin na we have to be healthy, we have to eat nutritious food to fight the COVID pandemic.
Kaya nga po, ang sources po ng protina hindi lamang baboy, manok, may isda, soybeans, at syempre, pinakamura sa lahat, itlog.
Munggo.
Lagi ko si munggo. Eto, sabi po, based po sa price monitoring ng may mga palengking nasa 350 pa rin ang price ng baboy. Yan po ay, yes, yun po ang monitor namin. Kaya lang po, gumaganda naman po sa ibang palengke ang status po nito. At tanong ni Revin Ochabe ng Business World, ano po ang latest update natin sa typhoon damage? Hindi po typhoon, low pressure area po, si Auring. At ito po, meron po tayo ngayon, ang balita po ay nasa 2 million pesos ang ating value loss. Karamihan po rice, konti lamang po, 300 hectares. At in fact, nandun po ngayon si Secretary William Dar, kasama ang Presidente at iba pang mga member ng gabinete para bisitahin po yung mga ating mga kababayan doon na nasa lantanin. Karamihan doon, baha, Yusek. No? So again, yan po ang pinaka-latest natin sa bulletin number 6, ang low pressure area na Auring. At tanong naman yun po yung tanong ni Revin Ochabe, no? At may tanong din siya sa fish supply. Enough po ba ang fish supply natin amid high prices of meat products? Sapat po ba? Pinakita na natin kanina yan. Okay? At ano po ang updates sa pagpadala ng baboy sa Metro Manila at ang MAB and MAV and tariff rates? Yung po sa baboy sa Metro Manila, napakita na po natin kanina. Pero yung sa MAV po, awaiting the signature of the President, and thereafter this will be given to Congress for their concurrence. Yun po. Kay Carlo Campo naman, if DA supports NEDA's recommendation to liberalize the import of other food commodities like fish, do we support that? Liberalize imports of food commodities and fish
that is part of the food security strategy. But again, taking note of the capability of our local producers, then that will be prioritized. Okay. Sabi nga nila, import will be the last resort, but definitely, we are cognizant of our international trade agreements, and taking into account those international trade would be part of the consideration also to ensure food security.
So, last two questions po. Sabi ni Revin Ochabe, pa-clear naman po kung tons yung unit ng supply. Yes, of course. Yan po. Tons po yan. Tons, Revin. Po yan. Tapos kay Jasper Arcaraz, what could be the reasons behind the continuous spread of ASF in Bicol region and Eastern Visayas? Yun po, kaya paitingin po natin yung bantay ASF sa barangay. Again, kasi po nagiging carriers po yung traders mismo at hog raisers na kaya talaga kailangan yung biosecurity, disinfectants, bawat walang labas-pasok dun sa mga areas po. Ito po ang update natin sa February 19 po. Pagdadalan po namin kayo ng mga detalye nito kung saan-saang mga barangay na lang. Kukunti na lang naman na ang ating ano. So, again, on that note, ang bilis ng oras, Yusek Cheng, can we ask for your final message again?
Yes, thank you, Asek Noel. It's always a pleasure to be part of your virtual presser.
It's our virtual presser.
Our virtual presser. And siguro po yung ating mga challenges sa iba't ibang commodities, makikita natin ng pangisdaan ay isang bagay na alternatibo sa ating pangkabuhayan. Kung ito po ay nagawa natin sa highly urbanized city, na metro, na Quezon City, na tayo ay naglatag ng mga urban aquaponics o aquaculture, pwede po natin itong paigtingin at palawakin. So yung mga naapektuhang pamilya or households that were really relying on piggery as their source of income, unti-unti ang agrikultura naman ay may iba't ibang interbensyon. At ito po siguro ay dapat nating tingnan sa konteksto hindi lang ng ating pamahalaan, kundi sa ating pamayanan. And the Department of Agriculture will always be here to support everyone to ensure food security and sustainable incomes with the leadership, of course, of our very energetic Secretary, Dr. William Dar.
Maraming salamat po. Just to Agina, Manan.
Thank you. Thank you. Salamat po sa ating lahat. Mabuhay at magandang hapon sa ating lahat.
Sa aming pagtatapos, muli kami nagpapaalala sa lahat na dapat po ay tuloy-tuloy ang daloy ng pagkain at iba pang essential inputs para sa food production. Magtulungan po tayo para sigurado ang delivery ng mga pagkain at iba pang agri-products mula agri and fishery products mula production centers hanggang pamilihan. Magkaisa po tayo para ang lahat ng pamilyang Pilipino ay magkaroon ng access sa ligtas, de kalidad, nutritious at murang pagkain. Nagpapasalamat kami muli sa ating mga magsasaka at siyempre mangingisda sa buong kapuluan na katuwang ng pamahalang Duterte para makamit ang food security para sa ating lahat. Sa lahat ng miyembro ng DA family, ang Fisheries Group, BFAR, NFRDI, PFDA. Yan na, special mention. Siyempre, pagpatuloy po natin ang sama-samang pagkilos tungo sa isang food secure and resilient Philippines with empowered, prosperous farmers and fishers. Yan po. Sa Radio TV Malacanang, PTV4, Radyo Pilipinas, at PCOO sa pamumuno ni Secretary Martin Andanar. Bossing, salamat sa pagkakataong binigay niyo sa amin dito sa DA at sa Task Group on Food Security. Please visit our website, da.gov.ph, and like our official Facebook page, Department of Agriculture, Philippines. Iiwanan po namin kayo ng mga pictures po na kuha sa Bataan. Yan po ay pinuntahan ni Secretary namin at napakagandang proyekto po. Again, on behalf of Secretary William Dar, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.